It's been a while since I have issues and recorded those while out flying. And during my first flight of the Mini 4 Pro, which I actually received before the release, I ran into some quite unexpected issues trying to keep this drone a secret. Note this video was shot maybe 3-4 weeks in advance of the release. And it was still under embargo. So I arrived on location, got everything set up, and I was more or less ready to perform my first flight. I did my usual intro clapping, making sure that I could synchronize the audio from all the angles that I'm using. And then I also showed the drone making it ready for first flight, as there was some interesting features on the drone, like a new gimbal cover, as well as this new clamp that secures the props, both the top and bottom.
So now we're ready. Let's put the drone on the ground and fire it up.
So everything was ready to get airborne, but I did have encountered some problems prior to the first flight when I was unboxing and setting up the drone for the first time. There was this label or warning that kept popping up saying that a plus battery was sort of inserted in the drone and thereby exceeded the weight limit and therefore was not C0 compliant. But it actually turned out it was because I mounted a Mini 3 Pro battery into the drone, as the ones that were delivered with the Fly More combo was out of charge. And to get the video going, I just grabbed one of my Mini 3 Pro batteries and mounted that in the Mini 4 Pro, triggering this warning. The reason for that is that the Mini 3 batteries are slightly more heavier than the ones that I delivered with the Mini 4 Pro. So I didn't know that when shooting this video, so I was already there a little bit on the wrong foot starting out this video. At the same time, I had an appointment 1 hour later, so I had to sort of finish off the shoot before that. So I was already started to get a little bit annoyed. And immediately after the drone was airborne, of course, I wanted to show you the new obstacle avoidance system.
Let's just fly it over here. Let's just check. See that it detects that I'm standing here next to the drone. So it has nice obstacle avoidance. This is one of the key benefits from this model, is the obstacle avoidance.
That turned out to work flawlessly, so far so good. And then I continue to talk a little bit about the new controller that you are getting as part of this, the RC2. And then of course I wanted to record some videos to include to show you the actual footage, what the drone is capable of. So another advantage of these mini drones is that you are capable of shooting a vertical video in the 4K resolution by just twisting the camera. And of course I wanted to show you that feature, so I turned the camera and sort of used the castle as my filming object. But as you can see from the following clip, I couldn't simply get the flow flowing from this video. I kept repeating myself, I kept making mistakes.
Also we can shoot through vertical video because we can flip the camera. So we just do that like this. So we get true vertical video.
So after finishing that sentence, I concentrated a little bit of capturing some nice footage with the vertical video. But I kept hearing this noise from the side. I thought it was a big truck or something in the background that kept sort of making noise and interfering with the audio of my video. So I was getting a little bit annoyed there, and at some point I was actually contemplating if this was even worth doing this first flight, and if this would turn into sort of a good video, or I should just call it a day and go back home and rethink my strategy. And the noise kept getting higher and higher, and I thought, what? And then this happened.
It's a big truck firing up over there, I can hear. Let's just record a little bit of vertical video. Oh, this is motorbikes. Oh. Hey, look at this.
And I saw all these motorbikes coming towards me, and those were the ones actually creating the noise. So I started to sort of, oh, what do I do? I was still filming in vertical mode, and I actually wanted to capture this because I didn't expect it at all. So I quickly turned off the video, turned the camera, switched it into recording mode while flicking the drone, trying to capture what was going on. And at the same time, I had this drone sitting in the air that nobody was supposed to know anything about. But I thought, at least I could capture the group of bikers that were riding around here. And I thought actually they would just maybe go to the parking lot as part of their route and then go out again.
Oh, that was a nice, pleasant surprise. Unless they have a motorcycle gang that is coming here to beat me up.
I'm acting kind of calm and collected, but I was sort of confused in my head because I was trying to capture the scene as well as thinking, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do if they stop here where I'm actually filming? And you know what? They did. So the first bike actually parked less than 2 meters from where my car was parked. So now it was really time to enable the poker face.
This is not exactly what you would expect in the middle of a video.
So it turned out to be like 40 or 50 Harley Davidsons actually deciding to park exactly where I was flying a drone they were not supposed to know anything about. So, and I didn't know who they were at this time, so this could have gone in either direction.
So that was not part of my original plan.
So I basically had one priority at that point, and that was to get the drone down and get it into the car without nobody noticing it. So I flew it to the other side of the car, and then I brought it down as quickly as I could, and then I hurried into the car, putting it on the floor and putting a jacket on top of it. So when I got back to the other side of the car, of course, one of the guys from the motorcycle group started approaching me, asking me, "Oh, so you're flying drone? What drone was it?" He said, and then I thought, I can't tell you that because that's under embargo. So I actually decided to tell him that it was a Mini 3 Pro. And luckily, the silhouette of the drone when it's in the sky is very similar to the Mini 3 Pro.
En Mini 3.
Mini 3.
A Mini 3 Pro.
So he seemed pretty happy with that answer. And then I quickly guided the discussion into a small talk about what they were doing there. And it turns out that they were like a group of motorcycle enthusiasts that gonna meet up with some other motorcycle enthusiasts the day after to do like a big group ride from the northern part of Zealand. They kept staring at my camera, so of course I said this was not what I expected going down here on the parking lot, flying my drones, recording videos for my YouTube channel. And then they asked very interested about my YouTube business, and I got a chance to tell them a little bit about what I was doing on the channel, that it was drone specific, and I was doing a lot of tutorials and reviews of drones, and also about the legislation, what you're allowed to do with the drone and what you're not allowed to do. So at least one of the guys found it very interesting, and I think I gained 1 subscriber on that account. Then the same guy that asked me about the drone, what drone that I was flying, he was approaching me. And the other guy started to make fun of it as he was pulling up his wallet, that he said that you could just slap him $100 just for his effort. It actually turned out he pulled out his A2 drone certificate. And he told me that he was the owner of a Mavic 3 Classic as well as a Mini 3 Pro. So I was very curious to sort of understand if I got busted or not. But I wasn't. He was more interested in talking about the local drone rules because this was his first time to this area, so he wanted to know what he was allowed to do and what he was not allowed to do in regards to the castle. So, as said, I was running a little bit late, so I decided to wrap everything up and then step into the car to finish off the video.
That turned out a little bit different than what I anticipated. And the fun part is that some of them actually thought I was hired for this event, so which I was not.
Jeg tror, du var hyret. Det så planlagt ud.
Nej, det var det sgu ikke. Det var et rent tilfælde. So my first flight was shorter than expected, and I didn't have the chance to show you the cruise control and the waypoints and some of the other great stuff that you're getting with this drone. But I will of course do a ton of follow-up videos testing all the functionality in maybe known environments that you have seen me do with the Air 3, so we can compare if the performance is equal. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, then feel free to give it a like. If you didn't like it, feel free to press the dislike button twice. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you around.